going on? I don't really have any subscribers or anything, but figured I'd put this video out there. I see a lot of them, and I know before I went, I wanted to know about MEPS, and I wouldn't say I was worried, but I don't know, I was just curious to see what the process was. So I just finished MEPS Monday. Today's Tuesday, so yesterday I did MEPS. So I'm just gonna share with you guys my experience, tell you guys what goes on, what you do, what you don't do. So first you go there. For me, I took the ASVAB and I processed through medical and all that stuff. I did it all one day, which a lot of people don't do. Usually people go one day to do the ASVAB, go back to the hotel, and then the next day they go back and finish processing through. But I figured it would be easier just do it all in one day, and it really wasn't that bad. So yeah, I got there Sunday. Stayed at the hotel. I am in Boston, so I went to the Boston MEPS. Stayed at the Westin, really nice hotel. Got there. There was a couple other people with me, but they were all shippers. I was the only depper. That was going in delayed employment or entry program, whatever you want to call it. So we got there. My recruiter took us there, and when I got there, I don't know if any other branch does this, but when we got there, because I'm in the Navy, we had to call the chief, and he asked us all these questions, like, did you ever smoke? Did you ever go to the hospital? Blah blah blah. All the questions you hear about. He asked us those. You answer those. After we got off the phone with him, um, you go to this little room, and basically you sign this paper, and he tells you the rules of staying at the hotel for MEPS. And it's like the room where you get to, like, it has Xbox, PlayStation, movies, all that stuff for you. He tells you about that. You get the meal card and your room key. So you go up to your room, put your shit away. Then you can go eat dinner and do what you want to do, hang out with the other people there. Basically after that, you had to be in your room by 10:30. At least I had to. And then wake up call was at 4:30, and we had to be down there for breakfast at 4:45 until 5:15. That was breakfast, and then we left for MEPS at 5:20. I woke up at like 3:45, 3:30 because I couldn't sleep. It was a long night. Maybe it was nerves about taking the test and all that stuff, but I woke up a little early, got ready, went down with my roommate, um, who was in my room with me. He was pretty cool. Uh, we went down to breakfast, got breakfast, and then head to the outside. Thought we had a bus, but I guess the MEPS ended up being like literally a minute away from the hotel, so we all went outside in the freezing cold. A lot of us didn't have like sweatshirts on or jackets, so we were walking in the freezing cold. We walked to MEPS, and then after we got in there, um, it's like it's like a kind of an airport kind of thing. You go through a metal detector, get all your shit. You go up to the ours was the fourth floor. You got up there. They sent you to the front desk, and they tell you to go to your liaison. I don't know the fucking word for it. Oh, your branch's office. You go there. Tell them that you have your folder with you. Tell you what you're doing there. First, I went to go take the ASVAB, so they sent me to one of the classrooms to take it. Pretty straightforward. You go there. They set you up on a computer. First, you take this shitty personality test. That thing's fucking crazy because, I don't know, I guess the point of it is to see if you're insane or something, but it doesn't really make sense because the test, the question, like, it's not like a question, it's like two statements and you pick which one represents you the most, and like, it's like weird questions, and like either answer makes you look crazy. Like, an example will be like, I would rather kill my friends than my family, and I'd rather kill my family than my friends. Like, it's weird shit, so either way, you look like a fucking crazy person. So, you take that, that's like an hour long, it's like 120 questions, it sucks. So after you get done with that, you do the ASVAB, that's like about 3 hours. I didn't do as good as I thought I was. I got a 50, yeah, I got a 59, I think it was. 59 or 60. It wasn't too bad, but it wasn't good. So I did that, went out, go back to your liaison or branch's office, tell them you finished, you get sent to the front desk. Then they tell you to go to medical, and that was down the hall. Once I got there, checked in with the head doctor dude at the desk. I checked in with him, and then he told me to go sit down and wait. That's Get used to that. A lot of hurry up and wait. You'll hear that many times in the military. You sat there and waited until each of the rooms you had to go in was available. And I just want to recommend something. If you're sitting there, because there's going to be a lot of people with you, when they come out and say who's next, don't be afraid to get up and go, even if you're really technically not next, because you'll be sitting there forever if you don't sit up and actually go. Because I took advantage of that. Whenever they said next, I ran up there to get the fuck out of there because it's a lot of sitting and waiting. So definitely get up and try to get in there if you can. First test I did was the vision test. It's like if you have glasses or you go to the eye doctors, it's the same kind of test. You do that. Then they test your depth perception and if you're colorblind. The depth perception test was actually pretty hard. I don't know if it's just because I'm blind. I wear glasses. But it was pretty tough. Then the colorblind test was easy. After that, I finished, went back outside. Then the next one I did was the hearing test. Pretty straightforward. You have the headphones on. Whenever you hear the beep, you just click it. Pretty straightforward with that. Easy. After that, what do we do? I think we eat lunch. Yeah. You go back to your liaison's office. You get a meal card. Go back to the front desk where they keep the food in the fridge. It's like a box with like a sandwich and chips and shit in the water. Yeah, you get that. Ate lunch. Went back to medical. Took my piss test. For me, a lot of people said on these videos that they watch you take a piss. And they like literally stand over you and look at your dick while you're peeing, or a girl. They didn't do that. There was three. I was with three people, and we each went to the stall, pissed into the cup, put it down on the urinal, and then stepped back. And then the guy behind the desk would call us up one by one to bring our pee. No one watched us, so that didn't happen at mine. They might. I'm just speaking from my point of view. They might do that at the MEPS you go to if you don't go to the Boston one. And and another thing, a lot of people say that the people at MEPS are like assholes. Every single person at mine was really nice and cool. So I don't know what everyone's talking about with that. But that's just for the Boston one. But anyway, after you do that, you go up there, give them your pee. Then you walk into this other bigger room, and that's where you do. Then I took my blood. That sucks because I don't like needles, even though I have a lot of tattoos on my arms and stuff. I just don't fucking like taking blood, giving blood. But they did that pretty easy. Takes 2 seconds. I went outside. They took my blood pressure. After they took my blood pressure, this went all really quick. After I took the piss test, took my blood pressure, put me into this room by myself. I got into my underwear. He measured me, my height, so he can see my weight. I was 198, and I am 6'1", so my max is 206, so I was fine. After that, we went outside, and I need to wait for the other two guys I was with to finish getting their blood pressure, and get weighed in. And after they all finished, we went into the underwear Olympics, that's what I call it. Where all three of us got into our underwears and they made us do all the weird fucking exercises and shit. And that really wasn't bad. You just do like the duck walk, do your arms back, forward, like this. Weird shit like that, really straightforward and easy. It took about 5 minutes, not even. We all got our clothes back on, came out, and then one by one we go into another doctor's, just one-on-one, like physical, like you go to the doctor's, he feels your nuts. It's weird, and it's not like the regular doctors that you go to where he just like feels it for a second. He literally cups your nuts, feels like each part and asks you if it hurts, blah blah blah. It was pretty weird, but my guy was cracking jokes while he was doing it, which really didn't help me. It was just kind of weird. He's cracking jokes while he's touching my nuts, but then he pulled my pants. He didn't even ask me to pull my pants down. He pulled my underwear down and like he told me to bend over so you can look at my ass. They do that, so get ready for that. It's pretty fucking awkward. And after that, he told me it was all good. Got my clothes back on. Then he asked me more questions. Have I ever smoked? Blah blah blah. All that shit. Um, After that, he signed the papers. Went back out. They put me into the computer officially, and then I went back to my liaison's office. Told them I was done doing medical. They did some paperwork. I went back to the front desk. They sent me to do fingerprints. That take forever. Maybe it was just because the guy that was doing it was retarded. I did the fingerprints. Then he took me into a other room and he asked me these questions like if you're in when you're in the service and something God forbid happens to you and you die, what does all your money go to? And, like you gotta do that shit. And after that, that's pretty much the last thing you do before you get your job and swear in. I went back to the front desk. They sent me back to my liaisons. Told them I was done doing all that shit. They processed me through, and uh, they sent me back to the front desk to go sit and wait for them to call me over the loudspeaker to come in to pick my job. I went in there. I had about 7 jobs available. Two reasons because that's all I had. One, because my ASVAB score really wasn't that great, and because jobs right now, I guess, in the military are there's not really a lot. So um, I chose for the Navy. My job's ABE, Aviation Boatsman's Mate, Launch and Recovery. That's what I picked. Um, I leave for boot camp December 10th of 2012. And after I go there, I go to Pensacola, Florida for 5 weeks for A school, and then I'm off into the fleet, which is pretty cool. So after I got my job, the other 2 guys with me got my job, got their jobs. We swore in. That was pretty cool. So I'm officially in, I guess technically in the military, but I'm in DEP right now until obviously I leave for boot camp. So yeah, that was pretty much MEPS, man. Uh, it really wasn't that bad as a lot of people say it is. Yeah, there is a lot of waiting, but it was cool because you get to meet a lot of other people that are in your boat too. So it really isn't that bad. Don't worry about it. And it's kind of a fun experience. Start your military career. It's the first step. So that's the first video. I'm probably gonna make some more. Tell you guys like what DEP's all about. Um, like my process joining the Navy. If you guys have any questions, private message me, comment on here. I'll answer you. Um, and yeah, so that's basically it, man. Thanks for watching. See ya.